Oh boy, this is a big one on creating a peaceful business and a peaceful life. The two need to go hand in hand, otherwise, you get into a lot of trouble. So, when Mike and I created Strala Yoga, we got the whiteboard phase, writing on the board, what are we going to call this place? At the beginning, it was a place in his apartment teaching yoga, and we started to combine words that we liked to represent this feeling of peace and ease that we wanted to share. Really, that's the idea. So we put together strength and balance and awareness, kind of smushed it together, and we thought, oh, there's this kind of invented word called Strala. And we thought it sounded nice. It sounded peaceful. It sounded new. It sounded fresh. It wasn't a word that existed that we knew of. And then I find out, probably about a year later, a journalist from Sweden comes to our studio to interview me for a little piece in the newspaper. I had just written a book that got published in a few languages, so that was really cool. And she said to me, hey, it's so cool that you called your studio Strala. And I was like, what do you mean Strala? She said, well, that's what you did on purpose, right? In Swedish, it's a word. It means to radiate light, to emit rays, literally from the sun, to move outward and expand, and to smile broadly. And I just started cracking up because this was our intention fully, to create a peaceful way of moving. And really, it was a rebellion against so much of what Mike and I both had experienced in the yoga community and really in the human community at large. This strong belief in force and pushing and giving your power away to a guru, literally by allowing somebody to push you over into their idea of the position that your body should be in. These were all things that were, at that time, and still at this time a little bit, assumed good things about yoga, the way that yoga was practiced, or the way that it needed to be practiced for anything good to happen. And I, in my gut, in my mind, and in my experience with movement as a dancer, and in my own meditations and reading about spirituality and connection, thought, oh, this is not peaceful, and this is not okay. And Mike had a similar reaction as well. So whenever I share that story, I think about the intention of creating a peaceful business and a peaceful life, how it goes together. It's not always easy. Of course, you can do hard things with ease, with the movement of ease, by moving better. But when you're trying to create more peace in what you share, so essentially in yourself and in the world, you're more likely to be reacting to something that's not peaceful. So it's a challenge. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. The first many years of Mike and I sharing these practices, a lot of people love them. People that came love them. Obviously, things really grew for us over time, quickly. But there was a lot of people that were very angry with us essentially changing yoga. A lot of people felt like we were disrespecting the idea and the gurus of yoga. And quite frankly, I was aiming to disrespect the ideas and the gurus of yoga. So they were right. But I believed in a better way. I believed in a more peaceful way. And I can talk about it more now than I could then because I was a lot younger and I'd get more fired up and more feisty about all of this. And I've learned over time that peace wins, even when it's uncomfortable. If you're sharing a better way consistently, if it works, if what you're doing is creating more peace in the world than destruction, it's going to be a challenge to stay with that because you're going to be pulled in so many different directions. And in the beginning, it wasn't really a challenge for me to share in this way. It was a challenge for me not to share in this way because I saw so clearly in my own vision that this was not okay. I was really upset about the little injustice of it all. Yoga is so great and so amazing and so powerful if you manipulate that into manipulating people, then you've ruined this beautiful, powerful practice for so many people. So I saw this kind of a feeling. I have to go do something about this. I can't not do something about this. And when you have that feeling inside, I can't not do something about this, you know you're going to get into trouble because you're going against what's happening now. But you also know, and I hope this helps you perhaps take refuge in believing in that better way, creating peace in the world where you don't see it, with your specific talents, with your specific energy, by simply being you and practicing and improving and studying and learning and gaining experience in that form that you share. It's worth it. Creating peaceful life, a peaceful business is worth it. Big hugs and see you soon.